And good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to all of you who all are joining us from all around the world again for session one of this exclusive training bootcamp for Codeavour 6.0 International. I hope you all are sound and safe. Once again, as we always do, make sure to drop down your name and the country name you are tuning in from. Hi, Anurag. It's nice to have you back. Mr. Sanjeev, Nazia, Lata, Angela, hi everyone. Good evening. We will be starting our session in just some time. Before that, I request you all to please make sure that you make this session as interactive as possible. We will be connecting live with you through YouTube chat. So make sure that you keep spamming it up, spamming it with the answers that I will be asking to the questions. Good evening, Mr. Rajvi. Good evening. Hi, Raj. It's very nice to have you all here. Hi, Sabri from India. We will be starting a session in another 2-3 minutes maximum. By the time we will have more people tuning in with us. Good evening. So I hope you all are very excited for this session because in this session we are making one activity as well. And that activity I will not be making. I will be just creating it in front of you. But you are the one who are going to suggest me what all I should add in it. So it will be like an open activity that we will be doing. So where we will be testing up things. It won't be a scripted activity. So this activity will be very live. We will be doing it in front of you so that you can understand what problems or problem statements that you can come up with for the Codeavour International. So we're just going to wait for just 2 more minutes and then we will be starting our first session, which will be on getting started with AI and extensions in PictoBlox. So I hope you all are excited. If you are, just give me a thumbs up in the chat box. This will motivate me as well. You all, interacting in the live chat box really motivates me, keeps me happy. So make sure that we are interacting as much as possible through the live chat. The teachers who are joining us, kindly share this live link with your students and the participants and the teammates who are joining us. Make sure that you are sharing it with everybody so that they can also tune in. It's so nice. Thank you so much, everybody. All right, I think it's the right time to start with our session. So this is the first session of the exclusive training bootcamp of Codeavour 6.2 International. Don't worry, we will be coming up more such training sessions and exclusive bootcamps and export session as well. So this session is focused on getting started with AI and extensions in PictoBlox. Since a lot of you were asking how exactly we can use extension in PictoBlox, what are their uses, what's AI, how AI is going to help in the sustainable future, well, this is the right session to talk about the same. So quickly, I will give you a walkthrough what exactly is the session outcomes. I will be giving you an introduction to PictoBlox, what PictoBlox is, um, why we are using PictoBlox, why PictoBlox is a one-stop solution for coding. And then we will be, of course, I will be giving you a walk through the PictoBlox environment. We have a lot of PictoBlox environment and the latest releases that was PictoBlox Junior Blocks and a 3D and XR Studio. We will be talking about that as well. But a quick glance only because we have a dedicated session on both of them. Then we will be talking about sustainable future with AI because this is something that I want to focus on so that it will help you out to understand what type of problem statements you can pick up for your Codeavour competition project. Then we will walk through the extensions in PictoBlox, each extension, and I will also give you a tip or trick whatever you want to call it, regarding your project. So a lot of students were, facing that, or which type of blocks are appropriate for using this type of, in making this type of project. So I will be giving you a brief of Pictopedia, which is something that I usually call that page, because it's like a PictoBlox encyclopedia for us. Then we will be having all-in-one classroom assistant activity type of a thing, where we will be using ChatGPT extension with a lot of different extension. We will be collabing such extensions to make a very, versatile all-in-one classroom assistant. And of course, we will be opening up to suggestions, and you will be making it up with me. So yeah, is the right session to start with PictoBlox. So usually, the reason why I call PictoBlox a one-stop solution for learning the latest technology and innovation, and also to empower you all to explore and develop essential 21st century skills, because it is, you know, it is covering all the areas. It is covering game development and block coding, core key, robotics, basically AI and machine learning, Python programming, virtual reality and 3D design, and interactive learning as well. So this basically will help you out to unlock the power of AI by training the machine learning models for tasks like image recognition or data processing, or providing a foundation by which you will be able to understand how exactly the AI works in the real world. So this is that is why I say this is a one-stop solution for you all to have a hands-on to these latest tech advancements. Plus, we will be stepping up into the future with 3D and XR projects that we will be creating in the upcoming sessions as well, using the VR, AR tools and 3D design to design something immersive, to design something that is, that can be rotated 3 degrees if I break it down into simpler terms, and to just gain a deeper understanding of this spatial computing, or the and the next generation technology. That is what this one-stop solution of PictoBlox is. Then, of course, boost your knowledge. We will be having, live one-on-one sessions as well, in which, just like this one, in which I will be asking you interactive questions, and you will be interacting with me through the YouTube live chat. So PictoBlox offers everything that you need to get started with the latest advancements in STEM, AI, robotics, and more. So making it an ultimate platform for the future innovators. That is why it is mandatory to use PictoBlox only for your Codeavour project. This is the major rule for the entire Innovation Fest, that you have to use PictoBlox only. Yesterday also I mentioned what are all the hardwares that are compatible with PictoBlox. We will be taking a look at them again. Now coming to environments in PictoBlox. So we have a lot of environments. As you can see it on my screen, this is a pop-up that comes up on the screen whenever I open PictoBlox. It asks me what I would like to choose, like which environment I would like to pick to start with my coding journey, or to start up with my project. So you have a lot of options over here. We have Junior Blocks, which is ideal for the beginner level, age 4+. This allows the kids to understand the coding concepts by stacking puzzle-shaped blocks, promoting creativity and problem solving in a very fun and simple interaction. Then we have the normal block coding, which is for age 7+, and a lot of students in the senior category also have used it. We have a lot of different extensions in block-based coding as well, where it is considered a very playful yet very simple type of an environment, where again a puzzle shaped coding elements are there, which we stack up and makes an innovative project. Then we have Python editor, which is a text-based coding environment over here. Then we have the PY notebook, which is a Python notebook, which is focused on notebook style coding that we do, which is a perfect documenting code and like having an explanation side by side as well. Then we have a dedicated machine learning environment, which I was talking about yesterday. Um, this particular environment comes with various applications in which you can create various types of machine learning models, like image recognition, object detection. You can create audio classification, human pose classification. So such type of models can be created in the machine learning environment. So you will be able to create your own models You will be able to teach your own system, your own computer, how to differentiate between something, or how to categorize data into different categories. So that can be achieved through the machine learning model, this machine learning environment. Then we have the 3D and XR Studio, which is as of now the beta version that we have released. This particular environment will allow you to create an interactive 3D environment with augmented reality and virtual reality, and incorporating animations, physics, and advanced technologies like trackers and filters as well. So that can be achieved in 3D and XR Studio. So this is what is there in the environments of PictoBlox. We will be going, through each and every one of them in the coming sessions, so that make sure that you're tuning in for each and every session, because each and every session we will be covering up something new, something advanced, at a very fun and a simple way. So yeah, I hope you all are very excited for the same. Now, moving towards, as I was talking about, because these sessions are focused on the Codeavour 6.0 International and how exactly you have to align your projects with the themes of track one. Basically, track one, because track two is more over the hardware project. But track one is something that you have to innovate something. So if we talk about sustainable future with AI, we have seen a lot of advancements in the same. Few points I've noted down over here: energy efficiency, smart cities, sustainable agriculture, environmental monitoring. So these are few of the areas where I have personally seen a lot of projects coming up from the kids. And such projects have boosted their, you know, their confidence to use these technologies in such a way that they're able to innovate something new every time. So as if you were there in this yesterday's session as well, if not, then you can rewatch the session recording. There I played one video in which we were talking about Samriddhi, the girl who participated in Codeavour. She is like a very like a humble person, a very humble participant that we have, and she won Codeavour multiple times. She was a winner of Codeavour in multiple editions. And every time she was coming up with some innovative idea again and again. And that type of idea that we were stunned to see. So you see that there is a like, as I mentioned, there are possibilities that are endless. We will be able to see what type of projects and problem statements that kids are coming up with. As I mentioned, in so many past editions of Codeavour, we had almost 3 lakh students participated as of now, who have submitted more than 10K innovative projects, 10,000 innovative projects. So you see, there is a lot of problem statements that are out there around you as well. Like if you just go and take a walk around your neighborhood, you will be able to find some good problem statements that people are facing in their day-to-day lives. And through that problem statement and through the interactive application that we have, PictoBlox, you will be able to solve that problem statement and find a solution which will help the world. Same way, the sustainable future with AI is basically how exactly you will be able to sustain the resources that are there, sustain the energy, sustain each and everything that is present, that is valuable to us and for the future generation with AI, like energy, water, right? Trees, agriculture, environmental monitoring. By all these topics, you can pick out a lot of different problem statements that you can use for your projects. And such problem statements are going to be very innovative. I have seen a lot of projects based on agriculture, farms, farmers' help, and all of them were very innovative. Though they were focused on sustainable agriculture, but they were very different. One girl made this agriculture project in which she was doing the irrigation, plowing, seeding process, weeding, everything. Plus, she was checking the temperature for the crops. She was checking the soil, she was monitoring the soil moisture, she was monitoring the temperature in which a suitable crop can be grown. So that type of innovative projects are always welcome and appreciated in this particular platform, which is Codeavour. So the main reason for you all to motivate for this is just to make sure that you are feeling confident enough whenever you are making your project focused with AI. So you can choose any of the themes that we have for track one, the 5 themes that we have, and you can create a project based on that. All right, now moving towards PictoBlox extensions. So you all must have downloaded PictoBlox. If not, if it is not there with you, I am going to just showcase it to you how exactly you can download it. If you do not have the downloaded version by hand right now, you can also use the online one. So the online version is just pictoblox.ai. Just type pictoblox.ai and it will open this particular page for you. Over here, we have the web version of PictoBlox, which is also up to date. It's updated one. You can use this if you don't have PictoBlox in hand right now. If not, then you can download the PictoBlox application as well from this thestempedia.com website. Just download PictoBlox, select your device type. It can be downloaded in your Windows, Mac, Linux, mobile phone, tablets, Chromebooks. So it can be downloaded from here. So if you want to download it in your phone, you can very easily. Though you have to just check up. There are few extensions that are available in only your desktop version of PictoBlox, not in the mobile one. So you have to make sure that you check up with the project that you are creating, the innovative project, and you make sure that what type of extensions do you want to use, and then download it accordingly. Or you can use the web version as I mentioned. So yeah, okay. I think it's the right time to switch to PictoBlox then. I hope you all are very excited. So whenever I open PictoBlox, this is the first pop-up or the first page that comes up. This is choose the environment. Which environment do you want to pick to start up with your project? So as I mentioned, there are different types of environment that we have. So I'll quickly give you a walk through each and every environment, and then we will move towards the activity. So we have the junior block. Over here, it is mostly focused on teaching students about coding, how exactly coding can be done. So you can see these are very simple puzzle stacked up like of blocks that can be used for making activities. So yeah, it's very simple. You just have to stack up the box in a row, and then you will be able to create your own innovative project as well. Then if we talk about, we will be focusing on each and every environment in every new session. So you don't have to worry about it. I'm just giving you a gist, a glance of each and every environment. I'm skipping the block one because we will be coming to it during that, during the activity. Then we have the Python editor, which is this Python environment that we have, which is very interactive Python environment. It is coming up with different modules, different packages that you can download and embed in your activity. We have a debugger, we have REPL mode. We will be going through each and everything in the upcoming sessions and the upcoming boot camps as well. Then we have the log and the serial monitor to check up each and everything of this particular program that we will be creating. Then we have the Python notebook, which is again a very simple, like a text-based coding notebook interface that is used to make your project in Python. So it's a very simple Python IDE type of interface that is there, and you will be able to use that interface to write your code. It's the same, a little more simpler or a little more advanced than the Python environment that we have. Then if we talk about the machine learning environment, yeah, the machine learning environment in which you will be able to train different models. So over here, you can see you have the environment open up. You just have to click on create new project. enter project details, select the project type that you want to create, and then just hit on create project button, and you will be able to create your machine learning model. And then just train the data set, fill up the data set, train the entire model. You will be able to embed that model directly to either block-based coding or your Python-based coding by just clicking on export model button, and then it will be there. I know it might sound a little off as of now because I'm just giving you a glance or a gist about the same. Do not worry, we will be going through each and every environment in the upcoming session, so you don't have to worry about it. If you are new to PictoBlox, don't worry. This particular bootcamp will cover up everything that you need to know to participate in Codeavour. So yeah, that is there. Then we have the XR. XR I will be covering up in the upcoming session. So yeah, that is what we will be doing. Now we are going back to the activity. I just hit new and then click on blocks. So yeah, this is the block-based environment. I will again give you a little breakthrough of the same. Let me start annotating. Yeah. Over here, we have the block palette. So over here, this is where all the blocks will be visible to all of you. Then here we have the entire block palette that you can use. So we have different colored coded blocks that can be used to create your activities. Then right over here, the third box that I'm creating in the middle, this particular one is the coding area. This is where you will be stacking up the blocks to create your project. At your right, we have the Toby, where there is a stage where the execution of the code will take place. So let's say if I have a code in which I have to move Toby, the execution will be seen here on the stage itself. Then we have this control panel. Over here, we can have different controls. We can see different control of a sprite. So you can check out that the name, X and Y position, the direction in which the selected sprite is, the size of the selected sprite, and then the name or the icon of that particular sprite. Again, on the right-hand side, we have the stage control panel from which you can stage or backdrops control panel from which you can add different backdrops. You can edit the chosen one. You can create your own as well. So yeah, that is there. So let me quickly wipe it off. Yeah. So now let's talk about the activity that we will be creating, and then I will be coming to you all again. I will be coming back to the chat box and I will be asking your suggestions for the same, because as I mentioned, this activity is going to be very open. We will be creating it with you. So yeah, the entire agenda of this activity to create a GPT classroom assistant in which we can have different buttons. I have added two for just example. We can take text-based input, or we can take speech-based input, or we can normally take keyboard typed input. So that is what we will be offering over here in this assistant. You can add other systems as well. I will be talking about that in just some time. So now coming to you all, which extension do you think is the perfect one that should be used for this particular activity? It's a very common extension that we are using, and the name is already there in front of the screen. You just have to type it down in the chat box. Speech-based, yeah, you can use speech-based app as well. Chat GPT, very good. Crafty little star, good job. So I'm checking up the answers. Chat GPT, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Perfect answers. So now what we will be doing, let's open PictoBlox. Let's go back to PictoBlox and quickly set up our stage. So whenever you are making a project, you also have to focus on its beautification, because beautification also adds up a little magical touch in the entire project that you're creating. So having a blank white project might not look, very attractive or interactive to the judges that will be there. So you have to make sure that your project is simple yet very attractive. So simple aesthetic, that the aesthetic word that is very much common in the Gen Z. So you have to use a very aesthetic, a pleasing type of a project environment and use that throughout this particular innovative project that you will be creating. So let's create a new backdrop. For the same, I will be clicking on a button on the bottom right-hand side. As you can see, just click on, just hover your mouse on the same, and then you will be able to paint your own backdrop. Or you can upload your own backdrop as well. If you want to create your backdrop in any other application and then upload it, feel free to do that. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating my own backdrop over here. I can select whichever color I want. So I will be going with, yeah, I think this yellow looks good. Lightish cream yellow. Okay, this is what it looks like. You can see it on the stage also. Then I will choose another color. Let's go with something a little dark this time. So I think I will be going with, I think this looks good. And I can increase its height. Perfect. It looks good to me. Then what I can do is I can add the text over here only. So I can select the text font. I'll change the size afterwards. And let's just type GPT, classroom assistant. So that's it. And then I will just resize it, reposition it so that it looks attractive. I can check it up on the stage. Is it looking good? I think it is looking perfectly fine. So I think that's good to go. You can add more elements if you want to, but we will be having buttons on the stage. Therefore, I'm not adding any more elements over here. So now I think it is good to go. I'll go back to Toby, go back to blocks. If you want, you can resize the Toby as well if you want to, but I think Toby at 100 looks perfectly fine. So now let's go and add in some extensions. First of all, whatever you mentioned, that is the ChatGPT extension. That is the extension that I will be adding first. Okay, so I will click on the add extension block, the add extension button, which is right over here. I'm creating a very big arrow to get your attention. Okay, don't mind that. So over here is the button. Just click on this add extension button and you will be able to check up the library where we have all the extensions available in PictoBlox. So we have face detection, object detection, human body detection. You can use any of the extensions that you want to create your innovative project. That is up to you. Feel free to collab, mix, merge any n number of extensions and create something bombastic. That is what you can do. Make it as innovative as possible. Because as I mentioned, possibilities and innovation are endless. So yeah, for this particular activity, we will be using ChatGPT Alpha, which is this one. So it is there in front of my screen. You can see all the blocks of the ChatGPT extension is loaded on the blocks palette. Now I can ask you another question that I have coming up for you guys. The question is, what do you think? Shall we make it more of just a classroom assistant for students or for teachers? Now it's up to you. Either you can make it a assistant for teachers, or you can make it assistant for the entire classroom, that is the students, if you want to focus on them. Classroom assistant doesn't mean that there will be only focusing on the students. It can focus on the teachers as well, because teachers also use classroom assistant. As a teacher, I do too. So it's up to you, teachers, students. I'm seeing a lot of students. So I think I will be going with a student only. Okay. So what we will be doing, we have three options. So these three options are, I would say these three options are very interactive, and these three options you can choose any one among the three and use that to get your chat GPT outputs. So we have this ask AI block. Over here, if you click on it, we have these three options. First one is AI, which is the your normal chat GPT AI, which will be giving you your very straight away professional answers. Then we have sarcastic AI. So sarcasm is something that students and my fellow friends also love, who have joined me live on YouTube. So you can choose sarcastic AI if you want to make it for students. If you want to make it professional, yet a little friendly, then you can choose the friend AI. So that is up to you. You can choose sarcastic AI, friend AI, or just the normal professional chat GPT AI, which is there already selected by default. So whenever I am coding in block-based coding or in Python coding or in any other language, the first thing that I do is I dry run the entire project. Like what exactly I want to achieve. And then I start up, collecting the blocks, joining the blocks together. And then at the end, I stack up all the blocks in the sequence by which they will be able to run the entire project at once. So I don't start up with the green flag, then this, then this, then this. Rather than I go with the approach which is a little more practical, understanding what exactly we want to do and then creating that project. Same way we will be doing it today as well. This approach, if you're going to take up this approach, this will definitely help you out. You will be able to mark up your errors, you will be able to mark up your bugs, and you will be easily able to debug them. So that is what we will be doing. So first thing that we want to do, we want to create different buttons. Different buttons mean different sprites. So once again, just hover your mouse on choose a sprite button. Second option is paint. Just click on it. So now the canvas will be opened. Now all you have to do is create a normal button, add a text. So I think text will look white, color text will look a little better. So I'm going to go with white only. So let's go with Chat GPT. We will be using Chat GPT only for the entire GPT assistant. That is why we have named it GPT assistant. But you can use others as well. I will be telling you what more you can use. So I think it's looking perfectly fine. I can just place it right over here. Chat GPT. Okay. Now let's go back to blocks. Here we will start up with the coding process for Chat GPT. So let's say if any teacher or student open my GPT Classroom Assistant application and they want to ask Chat GPT about something by typing in their queries. How to do that? Now this is a question for you all. Which block do you think in which I can take a question and I can store an answer in? This is a very, very good question to all of you. If you have used PictoBlox, you must be knowing about the same. Come on. I'm waiting for your answer in the live chat box, everybody. Which particular blocks I should use to ask something and then get answer for the same? I'm giving you the entire answer. Very good, Shiv. Very good. Ask block. Very good, Magic. So we have Magic Book who answered ask block. Amazing. Perfect. Good job. So we will be using ask block, which is in the sensing palette. So particularly it's categorized by default, what's your name? But let's change the question. Let's change it to what's your query? Or you can also type in your query. Whatever you want, you can do that. So if you want type in your query, you can do that as well. Then where it will be storing the answer to this? It will be storing it in the answer block. Okay, let's test it out. Let's just click on ask block. It's going to ask me, what's your query? Then I can type in, what is 2 plus 2? And if I hit enter, nothing happens because I haven't done the entire code, right? But is it stored in the answer block? Let's click on it and check. It is. What is 2 plus 2? The query that I raised is there in this answer block. Now what we have to do, we have to grab this answer, grab this query and store it in a different variable. That variable we will be using to pass on to the ChatGPT extension and get the result of that query. Very simple. Though it might sound very difficult that, oh, grab another variable, then store it in, then pass it to the ChatGPT. Completely simple. Completely simple. Therefore, I say innovations are endless. So now what I will be doing, I will be creating a variable. How to do that? Just simply click on variables in the block palette, click on make a variable button. Then type your variable name. So I am going to name it query only. Sorry. All right. Then just check it up. Will the query be number or will it be a string? Now this question is for you all. Do you think the query data type will be number or the query data type will be string? Come on. I want answers from all of you. Will it be a string or a number type? String. Very good. Very good. Perfect. It won't be number. It can't be number. Numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't give queries in 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We are writing the entire sentence. So sentence means it will be a string. So string. And this then this click on OK. Perfect. So we have this over here. Let's uncheck it so it's not visible on the stage. Then let's grab a set my variable block and choose our query variable and place the answer in the same. Okay, done. And now if I hit on it, now you can see the query is what is 2 plus 2. Perfect. Now, what's the next part? This is done. This part is done. Now, what about the next part? We have to feed this particular query variable to ChatGPT. What to do? First thing, we have to set the ChatGPT parameters. That means we have to set the creativity level. So creativity level will be 0.7 by default. I think this is the perfect creativity level that you can set. So I would say not to change it. You can try it, of course, feel free to do so, but I would recommend not to change it. This is something that is a perfect creativity level for your ChatGPT queries. Then we have to set the maximum length. So I don't want a 300 words answer to my query. Will not make sense. When you are asking something to a GPT assistant, you want very short, little crisp answers. So I would rather put it up to 50. Maximum, it will go to 50. Of course, what is 2 plus 2? It will only say 4. It will not take it to 50 characters. But maximum, I'm saying the maximum length of an answer will be 50 only. Then we will be using Ask AI. What to ask? What exactly do we have to ask? We have to ask the query. Query is whatever that you will be asking the ChatGPT assistant. Grab this query particular variable block and place it inside here. Now my next question to you all. Will this work? Yes or no? If yes, then why? If no, then why? A very simple question to you all. Will this work? A very easy yet simple answer is there on the screen itself. Waiting for your answers in the live chat box. Go on. Yes. Why? Sanjeev, why? Aarti, you are also saying yes. Okay, we only have Sanjeev is saying no now. Okay. Nobody is mentioning the reason because we did not join it. Anurag, yes, true, we did not join it, but there is another reason for the same. Another logical reason. So I'm getting a lot of yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, fine. No worries. Let me tell you why. Though, of course, we haven't joined the blocks, but this set is already joined now. This set is already joined, but we are not getting the AI response. We have to get the AI response, right? We want to get the AI response. Okay, now what we will be doing? We will be getting the AI response and we will be displaying it on the screen. On the screen. So what we will do, we will go to looks palette and grab a say block in which we want this particular button to say the AI response. Let's stack it up now. Now, if we click on it, okay, what's your query? What should I ask? Okay, I think I will ask define food chain. Okay. A food chain is a series of organisms linked by their feeding habits, where each organism is the food source for the next organism in the chain. Very simple, very straightforward in max to max 50 characters. So you see, this is what we can do with the ChatGPT extension. This is just one of the interactive project or innovative project that I am showcasing you all. Okay, now my next question to you all. If I'm creating this particular project of AI classroom assistant or GPT classroom assistant, in which theme will this particular project fall in? You have to tell me in which theme this particular project will fall in. We have talked about themes in last session only. I want answers from everybody. In which theme this project will fall in? I'm waiting for your answers, everyone. Educational. Track 1. Of course, Mehak, it will be falling in track 1. But in track 1, we have 5 themes. In which theme of track 1 it will be falling into? Let me showcase it to you. Just a second. I'll share my screen with the themes. These are the 5 themes. Now, in which theme it will be falling into? Will it be clean energy and sustainable cities? Will it be life on land, life on water, industry innovation infrastructure, climate action, responsible consumption, good health and well-being? Track 1. The answer is, of course, true. It will be falling in track 1. But in which theme of track 1? Innovation. Perfect. It will be falling into innovation theme. Yes, true. Perfect. Perfect answers. Good job, everybody. So this particular project will fall into innovation because we are innovating something new for the classrooms. Okay. But of course, if you want to, just reframe it, you can make it for responsible action or climate action and responsible consumption as well. You can just reframe each and every project and make it in a way that it can be fall into different categories as well. So you just have to, have the confidence to use extension in such a way that it will fall into different categories. Okay. Now let's move back to PictoBlox. We already got the answer. Now, what I have to do, I want this answer to be displayed only for a specific amount of time. So for that, what I will be doing, I will be using the say block for a particular dedicated seconds. So let's say I want the answer to be displayed for only 10 seconds. You can increase the time if you want to. So now what I will do, I will go to events and grab the when space key is pressed block. So over here, I can select the C. When the C key on the keyboard is pressed, it will execute this particular code. Let's test it out. I'm pressing the C key. Already executed. What's your query? Let's ask another question. This time, let's ask the first one. What is 2 plus 2? 2 plus 2 equals 4. Very simple answer, as I mentioned. It will display it for 10 seconds and the execution will stop. Done. So this was the first part of our GPT Classroom Assistant. Okay, this is done. Now let's create another sprite. This time we will do it for the speech recognition one. So what I will do, I will just choose another color. If I want to, I can select the same from, not from here, my bad. So I can just select the color that I want to. Yep, that's matching it. Then create another one. Or what I can do is, if I don't want to create a new one, I can just duplicate it. That's it. It's duplicated. I can change the text over here. Let's change it to speech GPT. Place it in and done. Let's go back to blocks. Of course, the code will already be copied over here. Okay, so there you go. Chat GPT, speech GPT. Done. So the speech, what you can do is, of course, rename the sprites as well. So such things, if you keep in mind, like renaming the sprites accordingly and making sure the entire project is looking very, neat and clean and interactive, as well as attractive towards the judges, because judges will notice small little details. And what I prefer is perfection. If not perfection, then close to perfection. So therefore, these little tips can help you out to stand out in Codeavour competition, right? Then this one is just normal chat GPT. This chat GPT. We have the chat GPT button and the speech GPT button. Okay. In the speech GPT button, now I want your answers. Which extension shall I use for this button? Which extension shall I use in this particular button, which is the speech GPT? Come on, I want answers, everybody. All right, text to speech. Fine. Speech recognition. Perfect. Nitans Jen, good job. Good job. Shinjini, Anurag, good job, everybody. Good job. Perfect. You are a superstars. Amazing. Hats off to you. The another extension that I will be loading will be the speech recognition one. Again, very simple activity, very simple part of this project that we are creating now. So we want one more query. So let's say if the person chooses speech GPT, right? So what we can do is, now this time, if we want to have different buttons, we can simply select when this sprite is clicked instead of pressing a key. Nobody suggested that. I was waiting for your suggestions. Nobody suggested that, sir, why are we creating buttons if we just want to press keys? Right? Why don't we automate it? Why don't we just make it click on the button and it will execute the code itself? So therefore, we will be using when this sprite is clicked. Basically, when this button is clicked. So when the button of ChatGPT is clicked, it will ask me query. Okay. So I think now it makes more sense, right? Perfect. I'm getting a lot of good answers in the chat box, and I love that. I love the interaction that I'm having with you all. Thank you so much. We already have the query, right? We can get the query again. So let's say if I want the particular person who will be using my GPT classroom assistant, if they click on speech GPT, I want their speech to be recognized. For that, what I will be doing, I will be getting recognized speech. So let's first of all make the blocks. Recognize speech for how many seconds? You can either choose 5, 10, 15, or 30. That's up to you. Let's go with 10 because as I am using a lot of a lot of different, as I have opened a lot of different windows and I have a lot of different things running on my laptop. So therefore I will be choosing 10 seconds, right? So that I have good amount of time to actually say the particular thing. Then if I want the speech recognition result to be displayed, I can get it displayed as well. As of now, it is saying null because I haven't used the block. So the result will be stored over here. What I have to do? Instead of this, instead of ask, I will be using this. Simple as that. And then instead of answer, I will be using speech recognition result. Simple. Right? Makes sense. Just a little change. That means just 2 changes I have made in this particular button code, and I have added one more innovation in the entire project. Now, if my student or the teachers who will be using this particular classroom GPT assistant, they can using the speech recognition as well. So let's say if we have students who are from a younger grade, they can use this speech GPT to say their query and get it resolved. And one more thing, it's available in different languages. It's available in Hindi, Gujarati, French, Spanish, Danish, German, Arabic, Japanese, Korean, Marathi, and lot more. So to make it more innovative, I can make a homepage. In that homepage, I can ask the user to enter their region, like which country they are from, choose their language that they want to, and then based on that, they will get the entire results. So these type of innovations you can create, and therefore I ask you to join in these sessions so that you will get the tips and tricks how exactly you have to innovate something new based on a problem statement. Okay, I will be testing it out at the end, but before that, let me add one more button. Just duplicating it. Now speech GPT 2 button is created. Instead of that, let's make it text. Text GPT. Now, for this, what I will be doing, I will be first of all changing its the button name. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah. Then over here, then just type text GPT, then place it in the middle. Off you go. Perfect. Seems to be very good. Then just place it over here. Bad. Okay. Now what I will be doing, instead of this entire thing, I will again go back to extensions and I will get the text recognitions. Now in this one, what I can do, let's say if I have a student who doesn't know how to type, who doesn't speak, who have a problem, who is maybe deaf or dumb, who doesn't know how to write, who doesn't know, how to type, and who doesn't know how to speak. What about them? So for them, let's have the text one. So basically, they can use text as well. So what they can do, they can write it on a paper and they can scan it. If they don't know how to write, they can have different images and they can use that image to get a particular answer. Very simple, right? So what you can do, recognize handwritten or printed image text, or recognize from the stage also, or from the pop-up as well. That is something that you can do. So what you have to do, just turn on the video on the stage. Add transparency. Transparency means basically how transparent you want the video on the stage to be. So I want it to be round about 80% transparent, so that my stage is also visible, right? Okay, 80% is something that I will go for. After this, I will recognize either the printed text or the handwritten one. That's up to the users who will be using my GPT assistant. Okay. After this, what I will do, I will just throw away this particular block because I don't need it anymore. This one also. So I have the printed text result, which will be stored over here. Again, very simple. It will be stored over here. Now I will set the query to the printed text. So let's say if I am showing a printed text in which I have a query over here. So let's say this is a printed text. It's just for example for you. Suppose there is a printed text over here. If I show this to my PC or to this particular GPT assistant, it will scan it and it will pass on that query to ChatGPT, and I will get the answer for the same. Very simple, yet very innovative. Do you agree with me? Give me a yes or no in the chat box. Do you all agree with me? Very simple, yet very innovative. So you see, you can add in such small little parts into your activity to make it more engaging, make it more interactive, add more elements, and make it as neat and clean as possible. Okay, so I have few questions. Sir, how can we show how many queries can be asked to AI, since we can ask AI for a specific number of times? Shinjini, so we have so in this particular option for, let's say if I click on ask chat GPT. So I just click on the block, I will ask another query, which is define photosynthesis. So click on OK. It will describe that. I can ask different number of queries over here. What I'm doing is I'm just providing 3 ways by which a student or a teacher can ask their queries. First can be just simply typing down their query. Second is by their voice, by their speech. Third is by the text. It can be handwritten or it can be a printed text. So let's say if there are students who don't know how to write, who don't know how to speak, who don't know how to type, teachers can have printed text for them. So this is something that they can do. So they can raise n number of queries over here, right? In different 3 ways that we have. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Crafty little stars. Crafty little star is very excited. Thank you so much. Sir, why don't we set the Toby to ask for queries using broadcast message back block from events block? Shinjini, you can of course do that. As I mentioned, innovation and possibilities are endless with PictoBlox. You can do it in that way as well. What I will do, so this is just, as I mentioned, this is a very open project that we are creating. This is a project that's just to give you ideation of what kind of projects you can innovate for Codeavour. So what you can do is, if I was making this particular project entirely, what I would do, I will make a home page in which I will ask name, the name of the person who is using, age, and according to the age, I would set the AI. Like if the age is between 3 to 10, I will make it friend AI. If the age is 12 to, let's say, 18, I will make it sarcastic AI. If the age is more than 18, I will make it normal professional AI. That can be done as well, right? You can select the different types of AI GPTs that we have according to the age groups also. Then based on that, ask the user to select the type of the type of query they want to raise. Either they want to type their query and raise it, either they want to speak it, or they want it to be handwritten or printed text, right? That can be done as well. So you have different possibilities that are there. Okay, next question. So Vivek sir, why don't we set Toby as Yeah, we can do that. Multi-voice gamers, as I mentioned, we can do that as well. Because this activity is just an open activity that I'm creating just to show you what type of projects you can create. So why can't we use a green flag to start programming instead of Toby, and it will be more simpler for everyone? Hari Prasad, you can do that as well. But as we have different buttons, therefore we are not using the green flag, because if we have green flags, when the green flag is clicked over here and on all the rest of the blocks as well, it will start every code at once. And that is something that we don't want to do. We don't want to raise query, typing, handwritten, and speech at once, right? It will be a mess. Yes, the response from ChatGPT can be in speech also. Of course, Anurag, what you can do. So let's say if I want the speech to be there. So I will just go to extensions, grab text to speech. I will make sure that it is saying the response. Okay, over here. And then I will just make sure that I'm sharing my screen with sound. Just 1 second, just 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Now let's click on ChatGPT. Let's type in again, define food chain, because I don't have a lot of questions as of now, but you are open to do so. So either what you can do is either you can ask this speak block before that, because it will be speaking after the say block.
A food chain is a series of organisms that are dependent on each other for food, with each organism being eaten by the next in T. Heat chain. It represents the flow of energy and nutrients through an ecosystem, starting with producers such as plants and ending with.
Perfect. You can of course translate it as well. So let's say if I created a home page where I'm asking name, age, and I'm asking country or language that they use, I can translate it to that particular language as well. If I want to translate the query also, I can translate it to that too. So that, that personalization part, that ideation part, that innovation part has to be added by your end only. Okay. So that can be done as well. We should use keys because it's easier. You can do that as well. I'm just showcasing you on different ways that are there that you can execute this particular project. Sir, can we try this with different language? Why not? We can, for sure. So let's say if you want to translate the response in different language, there is one extension which is called as translate. Just load this, translate your response into different language. So let's say if I want it to be translated into, okay, tell me, do anybody in the chat box knows French? Do you know French or German or any other language than English? Which language do people know in the chat box? I will use that language only. Set the language to French. Okay. Any other? We can do French as well. So how many people in the live speak French? Korean, Tamil. French. Okay, so I see a lot of French. So let's do it French only then. Yep. Okay. Then let's make it say it before. Let's make it speak it before saying it. Then click on ChatGPT again. Let's type in the query. This time, let's type in another question. Tell me, what question shall I ask my ChatGPT assistant? Come on, guys. Give me a question. I'm out of questions. Give me a question in the chat box. Which question shall I ask my ChatGPT assistant? Go on. I'm waiting for your response. We will do German after that. No worries. You can try it out as well. What is AI? I think that's a very good question that we can ask. Okay, let's do what is AI. All right, waiting for it.
LIA, ou intelligence artificielle, fait référence à la simulation des processus d'intelligence humaine par des machines, en par des systèmes informatiques. Ces processus incluent l'apprentissage, le raisonnement, la résolution de problèmes, la perception et la compréhension du langage. LIA est utilisé dans diverses applications, telles que la robotique, le langage nature, L.
So you see, it was speaking in French, but the answer that it's saying is in English. You can translate the answer as well. The say block can be translated too. You can do that as well. So if you wanted to display the translated response, you can do too. So let's do this for 10 seconds. Yeah, there you go. The translated version. Is it correct? Is the French, was the French correct? Oh my God, we have a lot of questions. I just came back to the chat box. We have a lot of questions. That's good. That's good. So you can try out these questions while you create this activity at your end as well. So you can add in more and more innovative ideas to this activity. As you can see, I've already added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extensions I've added. I can also add face detection in this. So let's say if I want only one person to access it, let's say if I want to make it a face lock application, so I can create a face lock too. So what I can do is I can just click on face detection. I can get this loaded up and I can store my face and name it as Vivek. So whenever, if let's say if my brother or sister tries to open my ChatGPT assistant, they cannot access it. That can be also done. So there are endless possibilities with PictoBlox. And of course, all you have to do is start ideating with your project, aligning, once again, aligning with the track and the themes. So you have to make sure that the project is focusing on the themes that are there in track 1. Okay. Now, who all are excited to make their own project? Who are excited to make their own projects? Come on, go on. I want your answers. Okay, we have this question from Shinjini, which is, sir, how can we make text and speech come out at the same time? Shinjini, at this time, what you can do, you can just go to events palette, grab a broadcast message. Let's say broadcast message 1. Then when I receive message 1, sorry, say it. And then again, the next thing that I wanted to do when I receive message 1 is to speak it. You can do that as well, right? So let's do this and let's just directly, let's select German because a lot of people were saying German. So this time let's select German and let's select this as well, German. Then click on GPT again. Okay, this time let's see what is global warming. Okay.
Die globale Erwärmung bezieht sich auf
You
den
go.
langfristigen Anstieg der durchschnittlichen Oberflächentemperatur der Erde aufgrund menschlicher Aktivitäten wie der Verbrennung fossiler Brennstoffsetzen Treibhausgas wie Kohlendioxid und Methan in die Atmosphäre frei, die.
So it displayed it for only 10 seconds, but it spoke the entire thing. So you can, of course, as I mentioned, change the amount of seconds you want the text to be displayed. It's up to you. I think that solves the problem, right? Perfect. So yes, I'm seeing a lot of me. I'm excited. Perfect. That's very good, guys. So this is what the innovation brings at your doorstep. You can create endless innovative projects with PictoBlox. focus on a particular theme that you want to choose and make your project on that, create your project on that. And of course, the entire Codeavour team is there to help you out, right? So yeah, so this is what you can do. You can try out different languages yourself. You can try to translate it to Japanese and anything. So volume and sound is very bad. You can change the volume and sound. Don't worry about it. So what you can do is go to text to speech, change this voice. There you go. You can change it to giant. You can change it to kitten. Let's say if you want to change it to kitten, you can do that as well. Okay. So that I think that makes a good sense. But German is more German is a little strong. So German spoken out by a voice of a kitten will sound a little funny. That is up to you, how you want to take up your project. Perfect. When do we have the competition? It is going on. It is going on. So tell me how many of you have registered for the Codeavour International Competition, the Innovation Fest? Give me a thumbs up if you already have. Go on. So try kitten. Okay, I will try kitten also. No worries. Let me go to English again. We can try that as well. And this time I'm gonna set the maximum length to 10 only. Okay, let's try that also. Click on the GPT. Let's type define colors.
Colors are visual perceptions created by the way light interacts.
Okay, I have to use the set voice to kitten. I'm really sorry. I didn't use this particular block. My bad. So now let's click on this.
Meow, 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 meow.
Now that's funny, right? You won't be able to understand what the cat is saying. But if you want, you can change it to different sound as well. If you want, you can change it to a giant.
Colors are visual perceptions created by the way light interacts.
So if you are creating a project based on Halloween, if you're creating a project based on like a storytelling project in which you want the students or anybody who is watching your project to be a little more concerned about climate action, you can have the giant speaking as well. So these are different voices that you can use. Okay, now this question that I'm seeing over here in the chat box is, sir, I have my innovative idea, but I can't code it. I can't code it correctly. Now let me give you a tip. Because you stayed till the end, I will be giving you a tip, a free one. Okay, let's go to the web browser again. So these are the themes that I have been talking about. Now on the web browser, just type PictoBlox. The B should be capital. Extensions. So this will open up the PictoBlox extension. Particular research block will be over here. Just click on this URL. You will be redirected to the extensions page. Now, this is what I was talking about, the Pictopedia, which is normally called as PictoBlox extension and libraries page. Over here, let's say if you have an innovative idea, but you don't know which particular block to use to code that idea, we have this solution for you as well. So let's say if I want to understand like blocks of face detection, I'll just click on it. I can understand everything about this extension. I will have an introduction. I will have detailed introduction about this particular extension, how I can access this extension in block-based coding, then how I can access this extension in Python coding, and then different blocks. So let's say if I want to understand this. set threshold block. What this block is all about. I'll just click on this same and I can have this entire page open up dedicated directly for this particular block itself. So over here, I can understand which type of block it is, which type of mode I have to use it in, the entire description, what the threshold means, at how many different thresholds it will be able to detect, what type of results I will be getting at different thresholds. And I have examples as well for block coding, of course. I have different examples with outputs. So this is the Pictopedia block I was talking about. Here you can explore about each and every extension that we have, each and every extension of artificial intelligence. We have different innovative extensions also. Let's say if you want to understand about IoT extension, we have that as well. Let's say if you want to understand about machine learning environment or core key, we have every particular part covered in this entire Pictopedia. Okay, so that is there for you. So since you all stayed at till the last, this is one of the tip that I have for you all. And I hope this will help you out. Perfect. That's good. All right. So I'm seeing a good yes in the chat box. Okay, so I think let's go back to the presentation. All right. So now I'm open up to doubts if you have any. With that, I am sharing one feedback form link in the chat box. Make sure you fill that feedback form because this will help me to understand not just me, but the entire team to understand what exactly more we should do to make these sessions more interactive and engaging for you all. So make sure that you fill this attendance feedback form. I have shared it in the chat box and I'm pinning it for you as well. Or to stay updated with the latest updates on the Codeavour competition, make sure you follow us on our social media platforms. We are there on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter. But I have the two most famous QR codes in front of you because Instagram is something that we all be using. So you can check out our page on Instagram. Over there, we'll be posting each and every update. Join us over there. You can join the WhatsApp group as well, where we have the entire Codeavour community. Over there, we will be sharing latest updates and news. So yeah, make sure you join us over there so that you are updated with all the dates of the events that will be taking place, the venues, other details, and updates regarding the entire Innovation Fest. So I hope this activity was, very interactive and engaging to all of you. If it was, make sure to like this particular session, give a thumbs up to this session, and give us a thumbs up in the chat box also, because this will motivate me also, right? So make sure to you give a thumbs up to this session and thumbs up in the chat box. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on, join our WhatsApp community groups so that you will be staying up to date. And make sure you're filling the attendance and feedback form. We have different attendance and feedback from for each day. Thank you, Shinjini. Thank you so much. It was nice having you all. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope this session was interactive. Next session will be more interactive than this one. We will be having, we will be covering up a lot more new topics, a lot more new innovative ways by which you can create your projects. Soon we will be also introducing you to Core Key as well, and how you can use Core Key in not just track 2, but on track 1 as well. And I'll be showcasing you small little project videos of projects, innovative projects that students have submitted using Core Key, PictoBlox, and they were just very innovative, and we all were very shocked to see the level of innovation coming from all around the globe. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I will be seeing you all in the next session. Thank you so much, Mr. Sanjeev and everybody else. I hope this session was fruitful. We will be coming up with more such sessions, more such boot camps in the future as well. See you all tomorrow at the same time, same place. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.